All right, Golf Cast Nation. This is Brian Bailey here, bringing you a new podcast. We have the three of us. I guess I can get that a little closer now.
Yeah, get closer.
Usually, if you zoom out, we look better.
Tonight we just look much better up close.
Nah, let's see.
Just focus on the setting. Focus on the surroundings, not on the people.
Yeah.
So we have two mics. So Bo is not mic'd, thank God.
I am talking to Eddie's breasts.
We've had a whole breast conversation tonight, and it's been wonderful. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a whiskey pairing with a cigar, but we're going to do it a little bit different. Most people say, here's a cigar, here's the whiskey, have at it. That's no fun. Plus, we like to drink a little bit of whiskey. So we're going to sample three different whiskeys. We're going to hit three genres. We're going to go Scotch, Irish, and bourbon. And then what we're going to do is we're going to give you tasting notes, what we feel for each one of these. Then we're going to introduce the cigar. Do you know the cigar we're going to be having?
It is. Yeah, it's a Oliva Cameroon.
Oh, very nice.
Yes.
So we're going to have that. And then we're going to, as we're smoking that, we're going to come back and retaste these three fine whiskeys and then see which one pairs. But we're also going to take a guess before we do which whiskey we think will match best. And we're playing a fun game tonight because why the hell not? Because the three of us are together. We've introduced a word, a random word, that we have to somehow put in the conversation this evening. And in the end of the night, we'll see if we can guess what that random word is. So you might have won the lottery, or you might have just gotten completely screwed playing ChatGPT.
To find out how stupid, that's what I was going to say, how stupid AI is. That's right.
So, Eddie, what are we tasting first?
So we're going to go Irish, bourbon, Scotch.
Okay.
Irish is going to be a Redbreast Cask Strength, Elisha Craig toasted barrel. And then the label is a little different, but this is just a Johnny Walker Black. You know, right now they're all into the squid game, so they have the green label, and you can go ahead and get 456 bottles of the same one if you collect all of the numbers.
Oh, very nice.
Yes, very nice.
What a marketing ploy that is.
I know, yes.
So have you seen Squid Game?
I have not.
I haven't either.
Netflix
Have you seen
on the
Squid
back.
Game?
Nope.
No. Okay.
Okay.
So we don't know what Squid Game is. It's got something to do with I guess a sea creature.
No.
No.
I think it's a Korean game show where people get killed.
Oh.
Yeah.
That might sound kind of good. I thought it was literally
Can we
about,
nominate participants?
I know a few names I would be able to rattle off quickly. But I think this will be a good way to start. And of course, we are together this time and have to thank Eddie for letting us use the Whiskey Cigar Lounge here. And we'll get started. So thank you, Eddie.
Of course.
I'm not actually here. I'm AI.
Yeah, that's why you're so pretty today.
He's never looked this good before. Never.
All right, let's start with Irish. Yeah. I think Redbreast is my favorite Irish. Usually when you think of Irish, you think light, maybe not watered down, but there's not much to it. There's not much body to it.
Yeah.
Now, this is also cask strength, but this is just phenomenal. It's
like
so sweet on the
Candied sweetness to that. It's
Yes.
almost, I'm trying to think like a lollipop or something, and you get that thing in your mouth. It's just how sugary style sweet it is. Not a caramelly, not to me at all. It's a candy type. Sweet.
Yeah.
No, I think Redbreasts are definitely in cherry cask, so you always get some of that wine note. And they're really good. That even Redbreast 12, you just go straight up 12, kind of entry level. It is a very layered whiskey for 80 proof. And I would say,
What's that?
This is 112 proof.
because we don't do anything small here.
No.
And
I was gonna say that's not 80 proof. I'm
No,
pretty
no.
sure that wasn't 80 proof.
but it's not burning.
No, it's not bad, but you can tell.
Yes. And like you say, you get that hug at the end. Yes.
This is a spoiler. I actually, last time Eddie had people over, they had this out. I had this with a cigar, and the two together were phenomenal.
You told them what we were going to be guessing at.
So
I was going to tell you the taste of that right there automatically. I think that's got to be in the runner. We'll see. But
yeah, no, I agree with you
that's
there.
going to be the one that's going to flavor one.
Well, it's going to be interesting because the Cameroon wrapper on the cigar has a hint of sweetness. So maybe
it's
it'll
too
be
much.
too much. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Figure like this, I like sweet, so I don't know.
yeah.
Come on, you just don't get this overnight by eating healthy.
I'll just
Eating
here's
your
some
lagoons.
water so we can rinse our glasses.
That's really good. I'm a redbreast fan. God, breast has been. I
Red
wish
breast.
I wish the word tonight
Speak
was
to Eddie's
breast.
breast. Look at breast. Don't have any breasts. Red breast.
Really good though.
Yeah.
That was tasty.
And for all you bourbon heads out there that don't drink Irishes, you got to give it a shot.
Yeah. Oh,
Different
I mean,
flavor.
when we
They're,
were,
they're not all Jameson, I promise.
yeah. No, I remember when we went to Dublin last year.
Yeah.
Gosh, there were so many incredible Irishes. Yeah. So this is the Elisha Craig toasted barrel, and I have read mixed reviews about it. Some people love it, some people don't really care for it, but Elisha Craig, it's a solid brand. Yeah.
I don't get much nose out of it. You get distinct flavor coming out of that nose. Maybe it was the
No, I get
behind the red breast. It's
I
just
get
kind
more of the alcohol.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I get
I
more
like it.
alcohol.
Yeah.
3 words for redbreast before we go.
sweet.
Sweet,
Full body.
full bodied, and I would even go cream. It's got a good
Yeah.
mouth, creamy mouth.
Okay.
No real burn. Drinking water. That's good.
It is good.
Well, you
Going from that to that,
yes,
it's like
yes,
this is like
Yeah,
water.
just no flavor.
This is like water.
yeah, 94 proof. So you're down almost 20%. Oh, 10%. Now I do get a nice finish.
It's good finish.
Yeah, there's a sweetness to the
There's
finish.
sweetness.
there.
There's a
Yeah.
little bit of cinnamon.
Yeah.
It's good. I would say the nose is. Taste is
I don't get
okay.
a nose hardly at all. Taste is pretty normal for
Uh,
a bourbon. I don't get anything real distinctive about it.
Yeah.
Well, toasted
Now,
should
again,
give you a
coming
little.
off of that,
It should change your sweetness a little bit. It should change kind of that traditional caramel to, I would say, marshmallow-y kind of.
yeah, maybe. I mean, I could go with a marshmallow.
Maybe.
Maybe we need to do a barrel Elisha Craig. Yeah.
No, because then poor Johnny Walker would be sitting over there going,
Yeah. What about me?
I'm 80.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah.
And I'm really smooth. I actually,
It's a smooth drink.
Yeah.
You said smooth. I think this is smooth. I think this is just you could sit here and just pour it pretty easy.
Yeah. No, it's
It's
an
not-
easy.
It's not bad.
Easy
It's an easy
drink.
drink. Yeah.
I have a bottle of this at home and I've had it a couple times. Wasn't a fan.
Yeah.
But a completely different flavor tonight then.
Huh.
Yeah.
Do you think that's
And so,
I think
Yeah.
that's a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
That's got so much different flavors in the red breast to then go to this kind of basic bourbon. It just kind of, I think, hides it. My palate's just already going, there's just nothing here.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think Redbreast destroyed the
Yeah.
Elijah. It really did. It
Yeah.
like, just kind of killed it. But the beauty is the cigar might bring it back.
Maybe.
Might bring it back.
Yeah. Who knows? Who
It,
knows?
it really tastes like I'm just drinking like water.
That's like you with wine.
Oh God, that's like,
Tastes like
terrible.
wine. What's that taste like? Tastes like wine.
It tastes like spoiled grape juice. That's what it tastes like. We actually went and picked up Anita's wines from the new, what is it, where they make the wines,
Oh, the collective.
the
Yeah.
collective.
Uh-huh.
So that was cool.
All right.
That was nice.
Were you able to see Jake?
No,
Okay.
it was the day after your party and we
Okay.
picked it up. So they had just finished, but I did meet the lady that he said was very physically built. And
Okay.
he hired in a minute. Met
Okay.
her.
All right.
She tried to get me to do a tasting. I was like, I'm just here to pick up wine.
Yeah, just-
You be wasting this on me.
Yeah. All right. So Johnny Walker, I enjoy the black. I love the double black.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what took me from bourbon to whiskey to peated Scotch.
Yeah.
It was the double black.
The double
because
black.
It introduces a little peat to it.
Yeah.
Now, I think the black is just a phenomenal daily drink. It's easy, it's approachable, has a hint of smoke in it. But yeah.
Is it peat? Is it peat?
No, the double black is
The double black.
is
Yeah,
peat.
this one is
Yes.
not. Okay.
Yeah. So I'll let you taste the double black later.
So this is the black label, but with a green label.
Yes.
The
A
black
little
green.
confusing, yeah.
It's the black.
Sweet.
It identifies as
Sweet.
black.
It identifies as a green
Now that
label.
a liquor company's going with the Squid Games thing. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, well,
Definitely the nose.
You got
is
it.
completely
Scotch.
different. Well, yeah, I'm getting the florals.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm getting Scotch.
Yeah.
I'm getting
Yeah.
Scotch.
But it's not in your face.
Yeah.
Definitely smoky.
Smoky, not as sweet.
Nope.
More on the dry side.
Not much finish for me.
No,
It kind of goes away with the mouth.
there's a little smoke that lingers.
I like the earthiness of the floral, earthy, whatever you want to call it, at the front. It actually reminds me of peat. The nose reminds me of peat. That's what I mean.
Oh, really?
That's what
Okay.
and maybe it's the smoke to it or the herbalness, but I get a very earthy in the
Okay.
nose, and then I get smoke in the taste. I'm telling you, I think I know which one's going to come with the Cigar, unless the sweetness offsets it.
It's smooth.
I think the bourbon's out for the Cigar. I
it.
don't think it's going to get back.
Oh, man.
It's going to be between these two, but I'm telling you, I still think the Redbreast is going
Yeah.
to
Okay.
Could be wrong.
I like
We'll
the,
see.
the nose is starting to open up. I guess the Elijah is now kind of cleared.
Yeah.
I'm definitely picking up. I'm definitely picking up the malt. The malt's got a very unique sniff to it. Definitely floral. Getting a little bit of fruitiness. To me, this is kind of that lowlands. It's what lowlands tastes like.
Yeah.
And
Get
that
a
Well,
dryness
I mean,
in the back too. Now,
Obviously it's a blend, so
Yeah.
so who knows? You might have some lowlands, you might have some island, you might have a little Kalila maybe, but
yeah, they're based out of Edinburgh.
Yeah.
I think they actually distill at Glen Kitchen.
Hmm.
I think they're all housed under one roof there because there's only really
said
a handful of Scotch
said they all
coming
come out of there, don't they?
pretty much. Well, a lot of them come out of there.
But I mean,
like this.
there's a reason Johnny Walker Black is one of the best sellers
Yeah.
of all time.
What do you think of Johnny Walker Blue?
It's nice,
It's nice.
but I don't know how much the blue is going for, and the same with the gold.
Yeah.
You can buy a beautiful Scotch bottle for a lot
A
less
lot less. Yeah.
and more complex.
Y'all marinate on that for a little bit.
Yeah.
He's telling you to go cheap.
Good. Yes. Yeah.
So they all follow the color code thing, all these scotches and stuff for the reasons that
No,
Americans like the
no.
spots.
No, that is
Whiskey.
just
No,
that
it's
is
just
just
Johnny.
Johnny Walker. Yeah. But I mean, this here, and I can't even pronounce the name. This was probably an $80 bottle, and I will buy 10 of these before I buy a Johnny Walker Blue or Johnny
Yeah.
Walker Gold. This is phenomenal. Made by a master female distiller in Scotland. So try it out. Yeah.
So what's your favorite of the three though? If you went Redbreast, Johnny Walker, and then Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel.
I'm telling you, the more I drink of this Johnny Walker, I get a dryness at the back end in the throat now. So there wasn't a finish at first.
Yeah.
Now I get kind of that nice dry. I like that. I mean,
Yeah.
I kind of like that feel. It's either the Johnny Walker or the Redbreast, obviously. I'm gonna call the Johnny Walker. I like the stuff.
Yeah.
I do.
It's kind of cool because as I sipped on it more, the Redbreast cleared, the Elijah kind of woke up. the Elijah Clear,
Yeah.
the Johnny Walker kind of show. I started to get a little of that smoke. I started to get a little of that flavor.
Yeah.
But I think that Redbreast again. I think the Redbreast 12 is.
I think the
Of
interesting
these three, is my favorite taste of them
right now. I think it's interesting because the Redbreast comes out really really bold, right? It's got flavor, it's got complexity,
Yeah.
right. And then you go to the Elijah Craig, and the poor thing, as we've all said, got really overdone by it. The Johnny Walker grows on you.
Yeah.
To me, it had definitely a unique smell, a unique nose, taste, but it wasn't like right out of the gate as powerful and complex as the Redbreast. But then once I kept drinking it, I was like, ooh, I kind of like this more.
I came prepared tonight.
You did. Wow. Okay. Wow.
You got a monster.
It's got all. It's got cutter.
Goodness gracious.
It's got
You got
everything.
all of it?
Yeah,
See,
man.
I've gone to
I can poke it.
I went to
I can bullet it.
You can do whatever. Yeah.
I can
Nice.
actually, I got this for the golf event last year, and it showed up the day after the golf event. I was gonna give away a surprise.
you don't even know how to open it.
So and then there's the cutter.
Yeah, that's what I
Shut up.
I'll switch to this one.
Yeah.
I have a flat cutter too, like but I kind of dug this one.
I like this. I
The-
like
the
the little
deep
bullet
cuts.
cap.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
So I bought a box of Oliva cigars and got a free lighter.
A pretty
Oh,
loud.
And
the
this is
Oliva
cool
lighter.
because it's an electric. So
Uh-huh.
you're
Boogie woogie woogie.
Look at that.
look at
Look at
that.
that.
Yeah. I'm loving this.
I mean,
so
leave it to Eddie to outdo
Oliva,
us every
Of course,
time.
I don't even try to challenge.
this was free. It was
No, how much did you
Wow, that's
pay?
like-
It is nothing.
That's
free.
like my wife says. Look
Yeah.
how much I saved
Yes.
with the $500 I bought at Costco or wherever.
That's right.
yeah.
We just bought the new
Could've
car.
saved
We
you
could have
more.
gotten the EX package. Look at all the money we saved.
Could have saved more.
No, not the way it works.
So this is the Oliva Series G H Cameroon. So it has a Cameroon wrapper.
Which means,
It's actually from the country Cameroon. Yeah,
which is
in the world.
it's Africa. Isn't it?
I would say Africa.
Yeah,
Not everybody there.
I'm pretty good at my
The-
geography.
you are. Okay.
It's a strength.
What else comes from Cameroon?
They have a soccer team. That's
Do marsupials come from Cameroon?
I just know because of their soccer team. They're in the World Cup, which I don't even watch. But for some reason, I know Cameroon is a team.
So you don't watch soccer at all?
Oh gosh, no. I do watch Wrexham.
It's good.
The TV show about the.
You watch shows about soccer, but you won't watch soccer.
I won't watch soccer. Save my
Silly
life.
Americans.
Yes.
See
Yeah.
Americans and
Yeah.
stupid.
No, we have real football.
Depends on who you,
Yeah.
depends on who you root for.
We have real soccer. Yeah.
Depends on who you root
Soccer.
for.
Somebody that sounds
real
like such a
soccer.
gay sport. Soccer.
Uh,
Football.
Yeah.
Soccer.
Hey, you're in the public sphere now. You have to be a
Oh,
little more open
I
to
don't
the
care.
potential that there's a soccer person watching.
I'm having a feeling if you're a bourbon fan, I don't think soccer is your big go-to sporting
Well,
event.
so what will be?
Well, now, wait a minute. You like
Well,
soccer, right?
I do like soccer.
Well,
Right.
he's
Yeah.
quasi-European.
Quasi.
You know what?
Pretty real.
Yesterday, I started naturalization
Did you?
application. Yeah.
Sweet. Well, I just assumed you
Proud
already
to
had
be an American,
Yeah.
because at least
Yeah.
I know I'm free.
Yeah.
That's
So,
awesome. Can we
after 20 years,
do we get to come and watch you get sworn in?
You know, I would love to do that at Monticello, and I think that would be really cool. 4th of July. So,
Yeah,
we'll
we'll
be
be there.
well, I have to invite a select few, and you guys are not on the list.
Sorry.
yeah.
I'll just
blame you.
I'll just show the fuck up. And I'll be like,
So what made you
Ice,
decide to do that?
get him.
Well-
that might be what made you decide to do it.
Ice has been coming around Charlottesville.
Unfortunately, there's so many stories about people with green cards not getting back into the country.
Yeah.
And I've had a green card for 20 years. I've lived in the States for 22 years. I'm married. I have a business here. And I don't want to risk that.
I don't blame
So I can have
blame
dual citizenship. And,
Yeah.
and I think this is the time to.
Sounds
So
like-
how long does the process take?
And the application is fairly simple, but then I think it's just going
Gotta get
through
into
the
the system.
channels and all of that, and who knows now how long it will take. But you know, I'll submit it the next
So we
couple
can
of weeks.
still
and see.
stop
You can still stop it. Yes, yes.
That's what I'm hearing.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is kind of a cool place.
But we get him kicked out. You
I
can't
don't
take it with him.
Yeah,
I'm
you,
just saying.
you still need a code.
One,
yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah,
No,
one,
it's
two,
not
three.
it.
I figured it
He
out.
changed it.
I figured it out.
Yeah, yeah.
So with cigars, obviously the best thing would be a humidor. What kind of humidor do you have?
Me?
Yeah,
El Cheapo.
El Cheapo.
It's from Amazon. It was $20.
Okay,
It's like a closed lid plastic that has.
so it's like a Tupperware
it's
thing.
like Tupperware.
Okay.
No, I've got you beat. Buddy. He's gonna make so much fun of mine.
I found his word. Nobody says that word for me. But yes, it is like Tupperware,
Yeah.
and it does have a humidifier and a sponge that I put in. But I did learn. I bought Aficionado magazine because I'm trying to learn about cigars.
Trying to be sophisticated.
No, I just wanted to
Yeah.
know stuff about cigars. I'll never be sophisticated.
Yeah.
But they talked about what happens if your cigar gets dried out.
Uh-huh.
That if you put it in your humidor and just let it sit for however long,
It'll
it'll actually repopulate and the humidity will bring the cigar back
Yes.
to a point.
The problem is if it dries out, you lose the oil on the wrapper. So yes, it's a smokable cigar,
Yeah.
but it has lost.
But for a guy like me,
yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah, because I did get some old cigars from a friend of mine who found it in his attic.
You ever tried to smoke a really shitty dry cigar?
Well,
It
so,
takes you about 2 plus falls apart in your teeth.
yeah. No, so I
They call that
started.
red
I started a whole humidification process with 50 and 55 and 60 and slowly brought it up. But because it was still, they had lost all of the oils, it was okay, but it was not phenomenal. So, yeah.
So I'll top you because I have not bought a humidor yet, even though I smoke more than you do. Cigars.
It's not hard.
Here's what the little Beverly Street cigar shop in Santon.
I love that.
It's a great shop. But anyway, he told me, he said, listen, just put a small piece of sponge, dampened, in a separate, I played with it. Don't
Okay.
just put it right by your cigar. You gotta open the top end of the wrapper. Whether you put it in a separate bag open while the cigars are just separate from it, but you can put them in because they sell like when I go and buy cigars instead of a box, they'll put them in a baggie. You can just put a damp sponge inside of another Ziploc baggie open, and then just fold open your wrap. You don't have to pop it open, but fold it open so that some of the moisture can get in. You can just it'll work. It'll hold it for.
It's like
Now
MacGyver.
I've not held it for years, obviously, but it will hold it long enough that I can smoke the 10 or 12. I'll go pick up on.
Yeah.
on a
It's
given
like
month.
MacGyver.
You like that? I'm not
It's
telling
like-
you.
it's like
I would dig it.
Or you just buy those Boveda packs and put one in
Right
in there, and then that will regulate the humidity. Yeah. So
This is nice.
I love Oliva. It's a overall a budget cigar, but the quality is great. It has a nice burn. I've never had.
They've got a lot of variety.
Oh yeah, he does. Yes, but this is considered a medium cigar, and yeah.
So what flavors do you guys do? Smoke. I get smoke. I get a little peat.
I do get a hint of sweetness, kind of on my lips, from the wrapper. I am more. I mean, I enjoy cigars. I smoke cigars all the time, but when it comes to flavor notes, I'm a newbie.
Oh my gosh.
I just know I enjoy this. It's
They can. I've found that cigars have as much of a creative writers guild as whiskey tasting notes do.
Totally.
Because you can sit here and read the chocolate and the floral and the herbal this and the herbal that, and you go, nah, I don't get it. I mean,
I get peat.
what I don't get from this,
Yeah.
see, a medium cigar, I don't get a lot of I can detect bolder flavors like leather and that type of stuff.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes I don't get it out of this. This is a very nice, smooth cigar to me.
Well, that's
I don't get a lot of flavor. I mean, I can't pick the flavors either.
I would
Sure,
go.
like your whiskey.
I don't think it's chocolate.
Well,
I think
probably dark chocolate is kind of like
I'm going
vanilla.
coffee.
I noticed dark chocolate comes out a lot.
Coffee.
Coffee would be that. That's not bad.
For a guy that doesn't
There you
drink
go.
coffee anymore, like, I get coffee
It's
notes.
just because you want coffee.
I do, but I can't have.
Yeah.
Is it coffee or whiskey?
so it's saying nutty and woody
Woody.
flavor profile with a hint of coffee.
Oh, Brian! Way to
Hey!
go!
There you go.
Way to go!
Yeah.
Good Lord! If you were to give up whiskey for 1 week, could you have coffee that week and then go back to whiskey the next?
I don't know. I just quit
Haven't
it cold
done that
turkey.
yet.
I've had one coffee in the last year, and that was with Eddie when we were in Fredericksburg at that time.
Oh, that's right.
That was
Yes.
the one coffee I've had in the last
Yeah.
year. And I had it, and I was like,
Yeah.
no. I'm into teas now.
I would have a hard time giving up coffee.
I thought the same thing, but like I said, when the choice is
So here's the funny thing. You know how they say that the difference between men and boys is the price of their toys, right?
Okay.
As you grow up, you spend more money on bigger stuff. Well, I have found that the pretentiousness of things like beer, or more beer, hoppy now it's expensive. Hoppy in a $10 6-pack, $12 6-pack, $14 6-pack beers instead of like the $6 6-packs, right? And so then you move into whiskeys, and now I'm starting to build a shelf. Nothing like this yet, but you're starting to fill up shelves worth of stuff, right? And want some of this.
this is what happens when you get old.
Yeah, I can't remember what I was gonna say. I had it
Toys and
like the
toys.
pretentious
Don't care about
toys.
price.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Sorry.
It'll
There
come
you
back.
go. It'll come back to some weird point in time.
That's called great storytelling there.
Yeah.
I got it.
Yeah.
The pretentiousness, coffee. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my coffee, I get Black Rifle coffee is the one that I can.
Okay.
That I do a
Yeah.
subscription with them for a bunch of different flavors, and some of it's
Yeah.
ground, some of it's beans. But now, so I've gotten into the Chemexes. So now I'll grind my own beans, put it in, heat the water in a little pot, like a separate pot, and then
okay.
pour it. You've got to aerate the filter. And
So
you
it's
put
a
it in
whole
the Chemex. And you gotta,
process.
yeah. That's the
Okay.
morning routine. And
Yeah.
it's 3 cups
Uh-huh.
in the bottom of the size Chemex I have, and that's what you drink. So
Okay.
that was where I was going. The
Yeah.
pretentious stupidity of as we get older, the things that we run towards. So now my coffee's like 50 or 60 a month in delivery fees, and then now I bought this Chemex and a whole different setup that takes
Yeah.
me, but again, it kind of fits with the whole slow down
Slows
whiskey
down.
thing, right? It's slow. You have to pour it out. You got to take the process while it just filters itself down. It's not the instant curing and all that.
So, can you taste the difference?
I think I can.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
I think it's
Yeah.
much fresher.
Yeah.
And you can actually get some flavor out of
Yeah.
all of the different beans.
Okay.
Which same thing. They all have great writers as well.
They've got very
But-
good.
and I don't always get what they get, but
Yeah.
I can pick flavors out of all.
Yeah.
of them, for
Okay.
sure.
I used to do pour overs all the time.
Yeah.
That's kind of my coffee. So
Yeah.
I had a little pour over and just sit there.
So that's what that is. It's all Chemex is. But but even camping, so I bought a small one that fits on top of a mug. So you heat the water and you can put just 1 cup's worth of coffee in it, pour it over
That's-
1 mug.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I was drinking like 4 or 5 of those in a day.
Yeah. Well, I drink the 3.5 or whatever makes out of that Chemex.
So, going back to the whiskey, do you feel the whiskey has changed?
The nose has completely opened up on this.
Yeah.
We're in the Redbreast, right?
Yeah.
Going back the same way.
I'm getting even more fruitiness. Like the sweetness is to me is really.
I still get a lot of sweet. You saying you
Yeah,
don't get the
no, I'm
sweet?
saying
I
the
get a lot of
sweetness
sweet.
is like just
Yeah.
pouring through it now.
Yeah.
I haven't had a sip. It sounds like it's pouring again. I think Redbreast fucking Cask Strength is my go-to with cigar.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, this is good.
I'm
I'm going to tell you. I think exactly what you said. It's good with the
Yeah.
cigar. It's really, really sweet together.
You think it's too sweet?
I think it's really sweet.
I think it's very one-dimensional. Yes, there's no contrast.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
I actually think the dryness that I caught at the back end of the Johnny Walker is going to taste.
I bet you Elijah Clerc wins because nobody's giving it any credit. I think
yeah,
Elijah Clerc,
maybe
he's gonna come off the top turnbuckle and
Yeah.
just like knock us all out.
What I thought early on when I was smoking cigars, I would pair it with peaty whiskey. It's too overwhelming. The peat overwhelms the cigar. So then, unless you have a really, really don't be putting it on the carpet,
Oh, you're supposed to let the ash go, man.
That's what we were told. I can't help it. Your textured floor, you got more texture.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. No, so unless you had a really robust cigar, like they were just fighting each other. Yeah. So
I can see where you
that makes
say.
sense.
So I did the black market with this, and that was much more bitter. Like there was not much sweetness to the cigar, and that went really well with the Redbreast. It was like the polar opposites of the two. And most whiskey cuts are all sherry bombs. They tend to get really heavy and sherry finish to give you that sweetness to kind of offset a lot of the bitterness of your cigar.
So it enhances the finish in this one. It's still a lot of sweet, but the finish with the cigar, having take a little puff off the cigar, let this thing settle and finish down, it enhances the finish on this one. It's nice. It's good. It's going to be a rival. So how'd you think that?
I think I think
American.
there's less of a burn at the end now.
I think that's true.
Yeah, it completely eliminated that.
Yeah.
So it's just layers of sweetness right now.
Yeah. Not bad. Not bad at all.
Good.
Yeah. So,
I like it.
I'm going to get this ash, and it's not going to fall on this carpet. I'm hold it up.
I'm not skilled enough.
So I told
Eddie
you.
shamed me. I put mine away quick.
I told you when we were doing the last with Foothills that I was smoking that one that they used for that Rocky Patel made for the World Smoking Championship.
yeah.
It was supposed to be like long ass, like it kept falling off the whole time. I don't know if y'all saw me. It kept just dropping. Yeah, I was trying to do it careful.
You were gonna
and it
try
just
to have
kept
like
dropping.
I was
trying to do it. It
Yeah.
wouldn't. It kept dropping. I'm like, come on, this is supposed to be the World Championships.
Yeah.
It could be that too.
But you were also sitting outside, so I don't know if it was windy at all.
Oh, look at this. So good.
I
Totally
would
giving you
say,
outs.
Yeah.
He's totally giving you outs.
I thought I saw a ceiling fan, yeah.
Actually, so there was a hum at the end because sitting outside on the patio, you get some little stales sometimes. So I have this big outdoor fan that kind of blows to keep the bugs away.
Yeah, there you go.
That's probably.
I didn't hear.
So that's good. I figured you would have told me.
All righty.
It's good.
So,
I like
Sweet on sweet.
sweet on sweet. Okay.
Alright, I'll be good.
All
So
right.
put it on the carpet.
This came from Texas. Oh, it's a cow.
Oh, a cow?
Yeah.
Just a cow?
Just a cow.
Come on.
Poor little guy. I think I had a T-bone from him. It was really good.
No, our friend Chase from Texas sent this to us.
Farm. His cow.
No, it was not his cow, but they do have a cattle farm. They call it a ranch, I guess, in Texas. I think they have 400 acres.
Yeah, they don't move it small.
It's funny how the different. So I had a guy who works for me from Australia. He was over, and I took him to my farm over the weekend. Just gave him something to do. And he kept going ranch. The ranch is awesome. We don't quite call it a ranch. It's only 100 acres.
Oh.
It's here in the middle of Shenandoah Valley. It's not really a ranch, but okay, I'll take it.
I mean, what would a ranch be? Is there like
I don't know. I think
more
it just
than-
has to be more expansive. To me,
Okay.
a ranch is big.
Yeah.
Could be wrong, but to me, a ranch is
like
big.
400 acres.
Yeah, you gotta have some
1,000 acres,
space. You gotta have it's a ranch.
Sorry.
There's a freaking farm.
Yeah.
Oh, hobby
Yeah, that's right. 100 acres.
I
is
would-
a pretty chunk of land.
How long has that farm been in your family?
So my grandfather had a dairy, like processing dairy back in the 50s, where you deliver the bottled milk to people. So that's my dad and my uncle grew up doing that, delivering milk.
He was the
bottles.
He was the milkman.
He was the milk producer. Yeah, he was the milk. That's right. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, milk and tea. I just want to get the thing going tonight.
So my grandfather owned a dairy. When he sold the dairy in 1970, I think, to what's now Shendo's Pride, which is now Danone, so all that through there, he sold it then. He bought this 100 acres, which was a functioning dairy farm at the time, and then he continued to lease it to the farmer that sold it to him, built a cabin on it. So 1972. So it's as old as I am.
Wow.
Literally, so it's 50 years old. It was built in 72. I was born in 70.
70, okay. Born in 71.
Yeah.
And you're
72.
72, okay.
Younger than me or older than me? I always
I
forget.
got you by a week.
A week.
No, well,
As young as Jeremy.
yeah.
Me, the youngest. It's Ted first.
Ted.
Ted, John, you, me, Jeremy.
That's
That's your
our
birthday?
September 28th.
Oh, yeah, you do have a week. I'm pretty sure.
Go before.
Yeah, no kidding. There you go. Nice.
Libra.
Yes.
Libra.
Oh,
I don't know.
you Libra.
You tell me.
I'm a Libra, yeah.
So we're pretty even keeled.
All right. What,
Sometimes people would say that.
yes.
As long as you don't give them alcohol.
Yeah.
But it changes.
What do you think
Becomes
of
a
this?
cancer. I'm getting sweet again.
Oh no, it's
I
sweet.
mean,
It's sweet.
It makes Redbreast not seem that sweet.
Yeah.
I mean, the caramel and the sugar coming off of this one now. Like I couldn't get that much the first time, but I can definitely get the sugar this time.
I'll give you that it's definitely bringing more flavor out of this one, but it's still, to me, just a
It's
okay
okay.
drink.
Yeah.
Told you about it.
But on the shelf, this is the cheapest by far. Elijah Craig's probably what, $40,
Oh,
give
sure.
or take.
Yeah.
Redbreast is probably cash.
I mean, it's
probably
not bad. The
100.
funny thing about whiskeys in
Something.
general, if you put them with a cigar, the combination is just good
Mhm.
either way. But I don't think it enhances. These two don't enhance each other in any way
Okay.
phenomenally well, significantly in either direction.
Yeah.
To me, no. You, what do you think? You think it does?
No, again, I think it's sweet on sweet. Yeah. Now I'm getting a little bitter taste at the end, but yeah, I think there's more complexity with cask, which you would, yeah, it should be. Yeah. So,
It's a good cigar.
It is a good cigar. It's
I really
extremely
appreciate it.
enjoyable.
Forgot it doesn't smoke many cigars.
Appreciate the dead air space because that's just enjoying time.
That's right. I'll edit that out. Don't worry about it.
Well, no, you can't.
Nobody likes dead.
That's part of it.
Not
I think,
when
you
you're
should,
watching
I
the
think
video.
your clip should just be us sitting here saying nothing and taking a puff.
Yeah.
Taking a
We
drink.
could do that.
It's like,
Maybe at one point we'll just get quiet for like
Right.
30 seconds.
Yeah.
And just sit back. I'll just release that.
Well,
and
there-
and see the two people that watch that.
there is a YouTube channel in Norway of
Go figure.
a fire
just burning.
burning.
Well, they sell. I mean, you can
But that's
buy
like, that's an Olympic event in Norway.
That's like, how long can you burn this log?
That's right.
Yes, yeah.
Because I don't want to go out in that 12 feet of snow
Yeah.
to get more wood. How long can you make this
Yeah.
wood last?
Yeah.
I didn't
Yeah.
know it.
No, the
Wasn't
pad
it?
is not working.
But it was sloppy.
Yeah. No, good cigar.
Like I said, it's not. None of this is unenjoyable. It's not like you're sitting around. This sucks.
Yeah.
Have you ever had two that, like, when you had a cigar and whiskey that just made you like,
Dude.
oh, like I'm putting one of the two down, or did you just fight through it?
No, I don't
I forced myself.
I don't fight through it anymore. I mean, if I have a cigar that I don't care for, or it's not, the draw is too rough or tight, I don't want to fight it. I was like, I would rather put it down and find another cigar that I would enjoy, because that's the whole thing. You have an hour to relax, whether you're with friends or by yourself. I don't want to struggle, you know.
That's another difference in age.
Yes, like
No,
yeah.
yeah.
So I'm fortunate enough where I can go. Okay, I didn't like that. Let me pick something else. Yeah.
I can remember the very first early on in my beer drinking career as a teenager, I can remember having a 6-pack in the back of my car, sitting in the high school parking lot, and going out with a friend of mine after school and going, "Hey, I got this beer," and we popped it open, and it was freaking just warm, and we drank. You're like,
It's like Natty Light.
"Oh, that's really good, isn't it?" Jesus Christ. Would never do that now.
Yeah.
Never do that.
No, God, no. It's kind of funny that like my son and my daughter, like we were drinking in high school. You know,
They don't do it. Mine didn't either. We have a group of friends in the village to kind of raise these 6 kids together. Each one of us are all kind of the same ages, and we sit around the fire all the time, drinking or whatever, and having a cookout. Sit there and look at each other and go, "I don't know how the hell we did it."
They don't
None
want to
of our
drive.
kids-
They
None
don't
of
want to
our
drive.
kids
They
did
don't-
any of this. They're not drinkers. Nobody's tapped into cigar. One of the freaking kids is into cigars, so now he's coming over to me going, "Hey, I'm kind of getting into cigars. What do you got?" So it's completely different than what I was when I was his age. When I was 16 to 18 years old, not at all. Yeah, Ted was telling us yesterday he's got a 17-year-old that want to drive.
Yeah.
I don't remember that phenomenon either, man.
Oh,
I think in Virginia,
right.
you could get it at like 15.8 or something.
15 and a half.
When you could get your, is that what it was?
You get your
Yeah.
learner's permit at 15 and a half.
Yes.
But you could,
License at 16.
yeah,
on
at
the
16, dead nuts.
So
No
everybody-
graduated.
Everybody's right on your 16th birthday was
Absolutely.
at the DMV going,
Absolutely. That was the whole point. It's like the minute you could do it. Now they just don't. It's weird.
Uber.
Oh, gosh.
Uber. They're like, why? I'm just getting back of somebody else's car.
You guys run a Waymo yet? Have you done one of the no driverless cars anywhere yet?
No,
I saw
but Adela saw that in Phoenix over the weekend. She was there for an event.
That's where I saw it the first time.
And she's like, "What's that?"
Yeah.
And
They're all over the place
yeah.
downtown.
Yeah.
When you're downtown, that hotel district downtown Phoenix, they're everywhere.
Yeah. And she's like, "I don't know if I want to get into one of those."
Either.
Yeah.
I think it'll be all right.
No, I'm sure, but still.
I've heard a couple stories that that people get in it, and if it gets like caught in traffic or construction, and it sits for too long, it assumes it's done, and it locks them in. And they've had to call. They have a customer service number. And they say they're pretty quick to get it unlocked, but they'll have to call me like, I'm not there and I can't get out.
Yeah. Wow.
And it's got a red face looking at me.
There's something in
Intruder. I picked up a little of that harshness at the end now with Elijah Craig.
See, I made it worse. I told you.
So what we might have to do at the end,
No offense, Elijah Craig.
we might have to, now that we know the flavor of this, go find a bourbon that would match it.
A barrel. Barrel thing.
You know what I found is really good with cigars with the couple that I've had it with is that recrosses the dark. Yes, that one.
Yeah,
That's a phenomenal.
The dark rye.
I got-
I love that.
I have-
so love that.
I have the walnut bitters now. I have the
Oh,
smoker.
that was such
I
a
made
good
one
one.
the
That
other
was
night.
such a good old fashioned.
So good.
So good. Yeah, and that is a really I really enjoy that. That bottle that I bought when I was down there has got like this much left.
Really?
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I like that.
No,
That's like a before bed, after dinner, sitting down there, just having your moment before you get that. That's what that is for me.
I did the dark. I bought 3 bottles of that when I was in Norfolk, whiskey festival,
Wow.
and I went through and I tasted that, and I'm like, this is just so different because it's not your traditional rye flavors.
Nope.
It's just so different. I was like, that's cool. I'm gonna buy a couple of those and give them out some gifts.
I love it.
And then I ended up giving it to Eddie. Like he needs another.
I mean, there was a
like
hole.
he needs another whiskey bottle.
There was a hole,
There was one.
and it needed fun.
Yes.
I mean,
yes.
you know.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
I told Bo I got to put up some new shelves at the house.
Yes, you
So
do.
the wife
Did
is.
you tell your wife you're gonna do that?
No, I'm just gonna do
When she
it.
hears you hammering
No, I'm gonna do it when she's at work one day,
it.
and I'm just gonna put up 2 more shelves that'll fit about.
I'll have to do a tasting inside now. I flipped my office and kind of changed it around. So
Oh.
now I have a wall and a half that's got some shelves.
Are we inspiring you?
You are. Absolutely.
Wow.
Well,
That's good.
it's either inspiration or you made me feel like such a pussy that I had to do something to
Probably
improve
the latter.
improve my backdrop.
Yeah.
And Angela doesn't want to ever meet you.
I'll tell her when I bring me something. Look, honey, didn't pay a damn dime for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just don't look at my Venmo account.
Wow. All right. Let's
All
do
right.
this scotch.
All right, this is my bet.
This is your bet.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
What was your bet?
That this is the one that's going to be the most complimentary to the cigar.
Is bet your word?
No. I said my word once already, but y'all didn't pick up.
Get away with it. I've already said mine. Too.
I did not pick up yours at all. You think his is Tupperware?
Oh God, yeah. Who uses that's like a 70s term.
Tupperware's not.
Tupperware.
It comes up.
Yeah.
When?
A lot of
When is the
people
last
score.
time you used Tupperware?
A lot of people score.
Eddie, I've known you for how many years now? You have
Never
never
heard
said the
you
word
say
fucking
Tupperware.
Tupperware. I love you, but I've never heard you say the word Tupperware.
That's fine.
I know you're going to be an American and all. That's American.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's probably in the book.
Yeah, it's
You have to
strange.
learn how to put
Certain
Tupperware.
words.
So when I make a beautiful steak and there's leftovers, I'm just gonna put it in a fucking plastic bag instead of a Tupperware container. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Never heard you say Tupperware in my life. Not once.
No.
You know what?
I didn't taste anything.
I think it's almost got too much floral herbal to complement this well. I think it backfired on me. I actually think the Redbreast is the winner. For me,
I honestly taste nothing.
Yeah.
And I get a little bit of smoke in the background.
Yeah.
But I get nothing.
I lost the dryness in the throat with this.
To me, this is gone to water. This has gone to. This has gone to what was that orange wine you had me drinking it?
Yeah.
Like it's
Even though there's a lot of sweetness in the Redbreast with it, I do think it.
all right.
I don't know.
What we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to challenge Eddie. Now that you've had the flavor of the cigar,
Uh-huh.
of
Find a match.
all the whiskeys on your wall right now, which one do you think would take
God.
this to the next level?
Good Lord, how could you even?
Yeah.
And if he screws up, we'll never let you forget this. We'll put it in that little Tupperware.
You know.
We'll put it in the
Yes,
Tupperware to
yeah.
remind you of it.
Maybe.
All I'm doing is sitting here trying to figure out how to fit my word into something.
I've
Every
said my-
time you say something, I try and figure.
I've said my
make
word
it fit.
twice, and you guys haven't even noticed.
Yours must be.
Maybe the Jack Daniel rye single barrel. So yeah,
We'll try that next.
we'll try it next. Yeah.
This is good. It's just it really flattened out. Again on the nose.
Yeah.
I get a little bit of malty, but on the flavor, I
still get the
nothing.
nose. I still get a lot of herbal. I just don't get the smoke in the back. And I think that I don't like the. Maybe it's just preference. I don't like the herbalness of this or earthiness, whatever you want to call it, with this cigar. I just don't.
No.
I don't. It's not terrible, but I just don't. I don't think it enhances.
I actually kind of like the enhancement because I'm not a huge floral.
Yeah.
So the reason I don't like a lot of scotches is there's too much floral. So maybe my secret weapon is scotches.
Smoke with it.
Smoke with it. Neutralize the herbal.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm wondering. You get the dryness on the end, and I think with a cigar you get the same thing.
Yeah,
the
it's true,
dryness
probably.
there.
So
Yeah.
I don't, yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe it's too similar. Maybe it's just
Yeah.
smoke, dried. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
So you just get the same flavor, so it doesn't feel like there's any enhancement.
Yeah, yeah.
I think you're probably
So-
right.
but
Yeah. Interesting.
I would say
I think they
that
like
Elisha
that.
Craig.
I didn't want to say it, but I actually it made
The
me
little
right.
bitterness at the end, I didn't like.
Yeah.
But I would say the flavor wise, it brought it to
He
life.
brought it to life more.
Right.
Yes, because as you said, when you tasted it, it like this tastes like nothing.
Yeah.
And then we had it with
No, I
the
agree.
cigar.
It does
Yeah.
have a taste to it.
Yeah.
But-
So,
And it's not quite as overpoweringly sweet as I thought the Redbreast was.
Yeah.
America, fuck yeah.
Go on, Craig. Go, baby.
My son and I watched that America.
Dumbass marsupial over here trying to act professional.
Have you seen the America World Police? Have you seen that? You gotta watch that. It's the funniest effing movie. Have you seen it?
and I'm not-
You'd love it as a European because it's basically European.
I will
version of
tell you
America.
that while you're talking
It's
shows
very
that you
funny.
recommended, Clarkson's Farm is.
Oh, it's the
Oh my
best.
God,
Awesome.
it's so
And
fun.
I've gone through all
I don't
four
laugh out
seasons.
loud. People tell me this is a laugh out loud funny
Yeah.
show, and I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I laughed out loud multiple
Are you
times.
season 3 yet?
Two. I mean,
Oh.
two.
Season 3.
Season 1 was cracked me up at Caleb's entry.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
You fucked up. It's just the bluntness of that whole show. It just drives. It's
No,
hilarious.
trust me, the whole season 3, there was like the second episode, I think. Gavin and I watched it together. Son, 17 years old. We laughed for 40 minutes straight. We were like, I haven't laughed at a TV show in years, like this, and I'm just like,
It's funny.
it's
It's
very
really
funny.
I mean,
It's really
I've
enjoyable.
watched all of the seasons, but what was episode 2, season 3?
Yeah, I don't remember what it was. I just remember it was him fighting the town and just,
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. All right.
But
yeah.
when he took Caleb on the helicopter ride.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
He was the James Bond helicopter. You're like,
Yeah.
who's James Bond?
Have you seen? So I haven't watched it, but I was just once you pick a show on whatever the streaming channels are, right? You get all the recommendations. Caleb's got his own
I haven't seen that yet.
thing now.
Now Caleb's
I just saw it pop up.
Caleb's
It's-
become star.
Yeah, it's a family show, and
It's
I
funny.
hear it's not.
Oh, Caleb's is.
Yeah. He
But-
went on tour.
The Clark.
So in season 4, it starts off with Clarkson doing everything by himself because Caleb is on tour.
Then he has to hire
And
somebody.
then he has to hire somebody, yeah. And then Caleb comes back from tour. I
That's
think he's a big shot. Yeah.
No, it's
Yeah.
a funny show.
I love
It
the
is.
fact you bought a Lamborghini tractor.
Oh,
So
that,
that-
that will not fit
That's
in
hilarious.
the barn.
That's such
Yeah.
That's my father right there.
Yeah.
We have a 1954 Massey Ferguson, which is damn near what his wife drives.
Yeah.
That my grandfather had for years.
Oh.
And we've kept it, and we use it to rake hay and just little simple things. And then we have a 2-wheel drive John Deere, 50 horsepower or something, 5350 or something. And then my dad needed to have a cab over 4-wheel drive John Deere that's like 5650 or something. So it's like a 60 or 65 horsepower.
Ooh.
And then he's like, we should probably get one more because we have implements. And if we have one more tractor, we won't have to actually
Wait
take
till
implements
season
off.
4.
We can just leave them all hooked up.
We can see
Does
this.
he do
Yeah,
that?
He upgrades.
The whole
And he
lineup.
brings in literally like
Oh,
every
yeah.
line of
Oh,
tractors.
yes.
And he has them competing on his farm.
That's funny.
It's
And in the end, he chooses none of them.
yeah.
Another Lambo.
That's got like 350 horsepower for a tractor.
That's awesome.
Classic. No, it's a great show. So if you have not seen Clarkson Farm, it's well worth.
And if you're Jeremy Clarkson, we'll take money.
Yeah, shit.
Yeah. Or you can be part of this show.
I would love to talk to him. He is
Oh,
funny.
yes. I have an idea.
A brainworm.
Yeah.
I love when he was talking to the city council, and he goes, "So you think I'm a moron?" He goes, "Well, talking to you, you don't sound like a moron, but your rulings were moronic." I love that. I love that. Like, I don't think you're one, but your rulings are actually moronic. It's very funny.
Another plug is Cigars Daily, Monday night at 9:00. Cigars Daily on YouTube. It is a brick and mortar store in
Yeah.
Arizona, but he probably has the most views online for a cigar channel. Phenomenal. So every
Does he do
Monday.
this? Does he like smoke a cigar and talk about it, or is it something?
Well, he doesn't smoke on camera now because of YouTube and all the regulations. So he
Oh, you can't
because he is the biggest
'Cause he's a
YouTube
brick and
channel.
mortar.
Yes, he's like, and he can't talk about his brick and mortar, but there's an after party on his channel. So the last half hour you go
Yeah.
there.
So you can't smoke on YouTube now. So it's considered a.
He has decided not to,
Oh, okay.
just because if YouTube says you can't smoke anymore, then
He'd be out.
all of his
Content's gone.
yes, yeah. So he's just being very careful. Even when he shows the cigar, he only shows the label. He doesn't show the cigar. Yeah. So yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So it's too bad, but brilliant guy, phenomenal, funny. He has 3 other people in the studio, great people. So yeah. Every Monday at 9:00, I'm out here.
Oh,
Have a
nice.
cigar.
That's good.
And usually what he recommends, I buy. So yeah.
Nice.
So, and he's a big fan of the Oliva brand. So, well, let's do a final. Let's
All right,
try
let's do
the
a final.
Jack Daniel
So we're gonna do the
rye, which should have a little more spice.
the outlier.
The outlier, yeah.
it's kind of cool because the middle section is kind of very friendly, really easy smoke. Now that I'm getting this last third, it's getting a little more.
Yes.
A little more bite to it.
Yeah.
Maybe it was just the fact that it's Johnny Walker.
Well, I think you're still on your second third. You've got to the third, yeah. With the
But I
last
can
one.
tell the change is that it has actually changed on me.
So Jack Daniel's single barrel proof rye, 130 proof.
Yeah, baby.
Hello.
As we go big.
I'm gonna tell you right now, Jack Daniel's. Forget
So
about
good.
number 7. Jack Daniel's single barrels is good.
They are
Such
phenomenal.
a good nose.
It's so good now.
Yeah.
It's like a spicy sweetness. Ooh, that's a really good nose. I'll do the same thing with coffee. I'll just open a bag of beans and just. It's really good.
Jack and the Beans. Putting Jack and the Beans on.
It's my marsupial nature.
Marsupial, huh? Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
fucking working it.
Marsupial.
I've heard that a few times now. Yeah.
It's a terrible word, man.
It's a terrible.
Hey,
But you have said it like 3 times. Marsupial. I love it.
How does that fit with anything?
Well, you're marsupial. It kind of sums up your life.
You're not.
Part of me is
Australian.
sitting here trying to figure. Well, I said this. I was trying to figure out a kangaroo. That's what I thought it was. A marsupial.
Yeah.
Then I'm like trying to tie it into just koalas. Yeah.
Possums. Possums and
But how does that fit with this?
There's a marsupial smell to it.
So with
On the
the
nose.
cigar, do certain cigars like marinate and like flavor wise? Do they when they flavor a cigar, how do they do it? You know,
I don't.
I don't know. I mean, the acid cigars, they're all flavored, but they don't infused. Yeah, they don't say flavored. You can get flavored cigars, yes, but I guess the more high end are infused.
So here's a funny. I have a friend that was in California and had I guess he's a celebrity. He would take us to his whiskey group for a golf event every year. They do a lot of stuff with the condition my daughter has. And
You like whiskey?
yeah, no, he doesn't like whiskey,
Oh, okay.
but he's a good dude. And the guy Dave that came and played in the golf event from Pennsylvania, he showed up and he's like, "Let me buy the cigars." And Dave, you're naming for this. I hope you don't watch it. He bought like a vanilla spice something.
Oh,
So-
God. It didn't have like a little Swisher sweet tip on the end.
No, but it was a little above that. So we're smoking it, and my friend Scott Baio. So Scott goes, "Who the fuck is smoking vanilla?" And I'm like, I pointed to Dave. I go, "You bought him." Threw him under the bus. In a second.
Oh yeah. That guy.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
guy.
Okay.
That was very
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah.
But no,
That's like bringing a honey whiskey to a whiskey tasting.
that's right.
Yeah.
This
Jameson Orange. Have you, or Bird Dog. Have you had this, boys?
is a winner. I think you get the hugs enhanced, the finishes enhanced. I like this. This is good. This is a good pick.
Woo.
Well,
Thank
I think with the Tennessee whiskey, though, you're getting that little bit of sweetness from it, too.
Oh, it's
Even though it's a
definitely
rye.
Even with the
But
rye,
you're
no,
getting, but
I
you're
get
getting,
sweet in here, and even in the nose still.
but again, I get that rye. I think it pairs very well. I think by far, winner.
This is the winner.
I would go this Elijah Redbreast and then Johnny Walker.
Johnny Walker Green Black.
Green Bond.
Squid.
Squid.
Yeah.
Squidward for the.
Well, what I like about this is you do have the spiciness.
I think that.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
that spice works well.
Yeah,
with this.
and you didn't have that with this one. Yeah.
So you have a contrast of flavors here because it's
Yes.
not near as sweet as the other four.
Exactly. Yep.
I think that's the key.
Yeah. So
I agree. That's good.
All right. So maybe overall a rye, maybe a little higher proof.
Yeah.
Will be a good combination.
For a medium cigar.
For a medium cigar. Yes. Yeah. Yep.
So if you went with a bolder cigar, which one would you think would match better? Would you the sweet of the Redbreast?
So I wonder if you'd want a sweet. I mean, my nature would be to say something like the dark or something bolder like that in flavor, but maybe you don't want them. Maybe that's the key. You don't want them to be too similar.
No, you don't want to be too
You
similar.
have to. You have to be a bit of a contrast.
But I do think this would kind of disappear.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think maybe a single malt Scotch, not necessarily peaty, but a single malt that has more distinct flavor. I mean, this one right here. I mean, who knows? But I think the blended Scotches, they're for the masses. They're there to please the masses, and they're drinkable and approachable. I think with a cigar, you need more distinct.
So I have a
flavors.
challenge for you guys now.
Yeah.
So when you guys are having your cigar and your whiskey together, start writing notes on kind of how you pair it and how it works together. Because again, to me, that would be, especially someone that's knows whiskey, doesn't know cigars very well. That would be a good segue, at least to give me in a ballpark, and then I can always go, I really like Jack Daniel's single barrel, but maybe this rye or this would be it.
Yeah.
But I think that would be a good segue in.
Well, I
Marinate on that, boys.
Marinate. There it is.
There you go. Boom.
Boom.
Marinate, marsupial, and Tupperware, baby.
I winked at the camera like 4 or 5 times when I kept saying my word. I was like, that's it. That's it.
Yours was the most hidden, though. Use marinated.
It was funny. I kept going.
I missed it the first couple times you said
Yeah,
it.
but now-
I'm like, oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Marinate.
Marinate on that for a little while.
Yeah.
I think this has to be a new fun game.
That's a good one.
I think it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
Marinate on your marsupial nature as you Tupperware
Your cigars.
leftover
It
marsupial
was so
meat.
funny. You went right out and said Tupperware.
Your marinated marsupial meat in your Tupperware.
It was Tupperware. I'm
Well,
like,
people use Tupperware. So to me, that was a good segue.
I'm like, that's
Actually, it was perfect context. You're talking
the
about
context is good, but I'm
a
like,
humidor.
Yeah.
And I guarantee somebody's got Tupperware with
Oh,
sponges.
totally.
Tupperware was like the 70s and 80s. I don't think Tupperware even exists anymore.
They do
But it's become
They
every
exist.
plastic container.
Yeah, it's
Even
Tupperware.
if it's not Tupperware.
It's like
Yeah.
If it's
Coca-Cola,
a plastic
Coke.
snap-on lid container, it's Tupperware.
Yeah.
It was Tupperware.
Yeah, it's Tupperware.
That was so funny. I was just like, Tupperware?
What?
Marsupial, it took us a couple. I heard you say it twice.
I
I'm
did.
like,
I said it early.
and I was like, Bo was just, Bo's just being Bo right now. I don't know
The
what that is.
vocabulary is branching. Yeah, exactly. Nope. Just trying to figure out a place to put it.
So we did last night we did a blind barrel tasting with our college group, and I wrote the company today the Prideful Goat. They made a 9-year rye. That was spectacular.
Wow.
Absolutely.
It was a 90
spectacular.
bottle, right?
Yeah. So I'm gonna order a bottle of it. But I wrote the company and said, hey, by far, of the tasting it last night, I thought it was the best.
Yeah.
I know some of the other guys like the cask strength last one, but
How did you find this company?
So when you do the blind
we did the
barrels-
blind barrels.
Oh, it was a blind
Yeah,
barrel. Oh,
yeah.
I see. I see. Okay.
So my college buddies,
Yeah.
we do it. So we've been friends now for 30 years,
Oh, God, yeah.
and we've never gotten. Literally, when's the last time it was a wedding?
Yeah,
My wedding?
yeah, because I didn't go to Jeremy's, so it would have been your wedding. Was the last time.
So I think the
all-
last time we were physically all in the same spot was my wedding. I need to watch this. Hold on. Cassidy is 25 years now.
Yeah.
So 25 years was the last time we were physically all together. So I convinced them all to do blind barrels. So we'd meet,
virtually, at least everybody, we get a chance at least once every 3 months to
sit down and
be on video with each other.
and chat.
Yeah,
and,
it's fun.
it's
That was a
cool.
good time
Yeah.
last night. I
Yeah.
really enjoyed it.
How many people?
Five of us.
Five,
So,
okay.
yeah, pretty tiny. The circle, man. We were the group inside of our fraternity that just kind of hung out always.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. So Ted's in California, Jeremy's in Michigan, and then the three, John's
John's in Roanoke.
Yeah.
I was under here, so.
Yeah, it's pretty
It was
cool.
fun. It was a good time. The blonde barrels are nice, and it took so two of them are extremely novice whiskey. John's maybe a little more, but yeah. So it's fun to. I mean, there's a lot of questions get asked.
Yeah.
You get a unique perspective on just pure flavor and taste because they have no experience with it. It's fun.
So I did a whiskey tasting with Julian Van Winkle.
Mhm.
So he went to the Blue Ridge School
Okay.
in Virginia, and they had a 40th reunion, and I knew some of the the assistant principal there, so they invited me to join in whiskey tasting.
Nice.
And I just said, yeah, sure.
Why not?
Had no idea, So I
Absolutely.
show up and here's Julian with his pappies, and there were 40 people in the room and all well off, but they asked the basic questions.
Yeah.
It was just so interesting. You just think that they would have the knowledge and all that, but it was like. And then at the end, I mean, we had Buffalo Trace, 12-year-old Pappy, 15 Pappy, and 23 Pappy.
Wow.
In the end, there were people just shooting 23-year-olds as they're kind of leaving.
Can I put a little Coke in that?
Yes, it was just. I was like,
You know, fan of grape would go great with that.
But
No, I imagine.
yeah, but he was the nicest, down to earth guy you would ever meet. I brought my flask and I went up to him and I said, "Can you sign my flask?" And he's like, "You want me to sign your flask?" I was like, "I would love for you. Like, you don't think that's gonna ruin your flask?" I was like, "No, here's a Sharpie." Yeah.
Ruin it.
And he did it,
That's
and he
awesome,
was
man.
just such a nice gentleman. He was
Actually, I listened to a book on Happy. The whole kind of
just
started.
Happy Land.
Happy Land,
Yeah.
So audio book, I listened to the whole thing.
I actually read it.
Yeah, I like the audio. I mean, Nino read well.
We don't really like
Yeah,
it.
sure, marsupial nation.
But it's fine. Marinate on that dish. Marinate. Tupperware is funny though. That was funny. That was
Yeah.
I did not pick up on that. I thought that was a perfect use of
Yeah,
the word.
thank you.
It
was.
I would
in
have said that.
context. In context, it was good, but I'm just like Tupperware. Tupperware. That's
Wow.
funny.
The key with AI is don't go first. Marsupial sucks.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Wow. All right, so the winner is the rye.
I think so.
I agree.
Yeah.
I wish I would have gotten Tupperware too, because then I could have just said Tupperware the whole time, got away with the whole thing.
I think if we'd have gotten marsupial together, good God, how would
Yeah.
it worked
Yeah.
out?
Wow.
Possums. The opossum. So, thank y'all for being part of this stupid nonsense. And again, I think
Probably not the best visual, but hey, we had fun.
yes, we had fun. That's all that really matters. It's like
Yeah.
sex, right? We had fun. That's all that matters. Jack Daniels by far stole the show. I would say America was 1-2. I think Elijah Craig. To me, Redbreast 3. The sweetness I could understand, and then I hate to say it, Johnny just got
Yeah.
kind of got
Last about
erased.
cigar, yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of got erased.
Yeah.
I agree.
I think that is just a.
Cool though, that just think when you tasted it,
Yeah.
at least me,
Yeah.
I absolutely had it completely backwards.
Yeah.
That's about right.
Completely
Interesting. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Ah.
As most marsupials
That's
would.
most marsupials
Yeah,
stuck in Tupperware
yeah.
while they're marinating. So we're gonna wrap this puppy up. July 25th, we're gonna do a golf outing. I don't know if you guys are available, but we're gonna do a golf outing at Birdwood, and they have Whistle Pig a barrel.
Oh.
So they're gonna have a special pour of Whistle Pig for us. So on July 25th, if you're available, 5 p.m., Birdwood, play the nest, and we'll roll right into the mill room.
I was there
And
today for lunch.
yeah, and then
Is it their barrel? Did they get like a whistle pig pick? Like the same thing they did last
Yep,
time?
they did
So
a barrel.
it's theirs.
Nice.
so they're
That's really cool.
They're,
the
they're
cool thing
expanding.
is Boar's
Yeah.
Head is really the higher ups really like whiskey.
Yeah.
Now Virginia is a wine, especially this area is very wine. Tons of wineries, so they're more of a wine specific, but they're really trying to expand into whiskey. So it's kind of cool for us, kind of slide in there and get some barrel picks.
That's
So
fun.
we'll do Whistle Pig, and then of course we're here every Wednesday night. Come join us. Next week we have golf. Dr. Mike, he's at the Scottish Open right now with a couple tour players. He's going to give us some good stories there. He's a sports psychologist. And then, of course, I'll be my typical stupid self. And it'll be fun. So follow us next Wednesday for Dr. Mike. And hopefully we'll see you out at Birdwood if you're able to make it July 25th. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you.
25th, that'll work.
Yeah.
We'll do that.